Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your September Alchemy Scope 2015. So as you can see, I'm doing something a little bit different this time around in order to kind of save some time on the editing investment for these videos for this month. I thought I would attempt to do this Google Hangout. And right now I'm recording it privately because I'm going to post it right after I complete. But it might be that these become live, you know, for some engagement, at least a component of it to be engagement in the future. So this is a test, so we'll see how it goes. It's the same 6-pointed alchemy scope, a holistic scope. For those of you who've tuned in before, you're aware already. But we pull up the macro cycle for the collective, what all of us are moving through. We look at the Sabian symbol for that, and we look at the micro cycle for Taurus-centric people, and then we pull up your soul theme and other elements. So we'll go into all of that. So let's start with, first of all, I hope you're well. I'm filming this on the Leo new moon, and for a lot of clients that I'm working with, you know, listen, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot of shifts at play in people's lives. So I'm hoping that you're well. I think for Tauruses, along with some other signs, you know, there's some specific challenges that, you know, that you're moving through. So I send you love and support for it. So let's move in. Let's see what your theme is. I've already shuffled the cards. We'll pull that. We'll go ahead and shuffle the archetype and the ascendant master in a second. So let's start with the collective. The Sabian symbol is quite astounding because if you remember, if you tuned into June, when we had that new moon cycle, I did a video right after I did the alchemy scopes for July, and that was new realities. And it had to do with the Jupiter-Venus conjunction that was happening on the full moon at 21 degrees Leo. Well, guess what? Our new moon today in Leo is at 21 degrees. So that Sabian symbol, that symbology is just thick collectively for all of us during this summer. The symbol is a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission. So what does this mean? First of all, as you know, I work with the natural cycles, the natural monthly cycles, which is new moon to new moon. So here we are at the 14th of August. We're moving into the middle of September for the next new moon. So this 30-day cycle, 28 to 30-day cycle, is imbued with a carrier pigeon fulfilling its mission. So what does that mean? It means that either you have already gleaned action that you need to take. You've already become aware of actions that you need to take for your next chapter. Or it means that within this, distinctly, within this next 30-day cycle for you, you will be receiving clarity. You will be receiving a message. You will be receiving insight that's going to guide you for your next steps. So keep in mind, this was at a collective level for all of us about 2 months ago. And now this is also the collective for the symbology for this particular chunk of time, this chapter. So it's very juicy, okay? So now let's look, Taurus, for your microcycle. So let's look at the I Ching. You received, so a microcycle, so a theme playing out for you, Taurus-centric people, for this 30 days is number 28, excessive pressure. That doesn't feel unusual to me. So again, the I Ching is a hexagram. So it's 6 lines. There's an upper trigram, 3 lines, and a lower trigram. They're all natural quality sets. The upper trigram for excessive pressure is lake. The lower trigram is wind, okay? So it's wind under lake. So 28 excessive pressure, again, I'm reading this from the Visionary I Ching. Something is about to give way. Some pressure is causing an imbalance and needs correcting. But if the dam is about to burst, moving out of the way is the first key to success. When a person is in a sagging mine shaft and feels the earth begin to tremble, it is time for quick, instinctive action and nimble footwork. At a time like this, only extraordinary measures can bring success. When the roof is collapsing, run first. Choose your destination later. Extraordinary times bring out the best and the worst in people. Natural disasters bring with them stories of great heroism, but also looting and rioting. When such a great weight is on the world, powerful moments present opportunities to make great gains. Everything is in a state of flux. One can either move in the direction of positive change and improvement or toward stagnation, Taurus. To achieve the former, one must go gently to the heart of the issue, to the cause. Then a smooth transition is assured. This may be the moment you have been waiting for, although the current challenge may seem to be more than you can handle. Remember that a flood reaches its high water mark for only a few brief moments and then begins to subside. Action must be taken now to ensure opportunities for success later on. You will never discover the true extent of your own abilities unless you, at least once in your life, dive into a crisis with complete abandon, dedicating every ounce of your energy, Taurus, every fiber of your being to the cause at hand. Dare to win. I'll bet you that that is ringing some bells for a lot of you out there. Okay, so that is the micro theme for Taurus during this chunk of time. Now, let's pull your spread. I've already shuffled. I'm using, again, my juicy custom 144 card deck, which I only have one deck. I made it for me. So let's pull it and see what comes up. I am doing my synchronic spread once again. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. Well, you know, listen, it's not the peachiest spread, but let's take a look. First of all, when I pull the spread, as you know, if you've tuned in the past, I'm pulling up a theme, a growth edge for, and what I ask when I'm connecting, because when we connect to the field of information that is consciousness, we're able to collect information because it's there, it's seated. The stories are there, and the energy sets playing out, the trajectories that are unfolding are there. So when I ask Spirit to give me the theme for the majority of Taurus-centric people coming up for them now, this is not going to apply to everybody, but it will apply to a surprising amount of people, okay? You are, Taurus, this month going to be assessing what is not aligned for you, what is not right. So you're going to be looking at, thinking about, wanting to correct everything that is not in your best service, not in your best game plan for your life right now, okay? So you are going to be assessing what isn't aligned, you know, what do I need to make better? What's the happier outcome for me? And in fact, you are going to be thinking about health and wellness, not just physical body, although physical body is part of it. You're going to be thinking about the health of your life, of your system, your psyche, your soul, your emotions, what brings you joy. So the focus on health is going to be very, very thick for you, Taurus, this month, which is perfect because you're going to be, there are going to be things that aren't right. They're going to maybe be highlighted for you. So you're going to be thinking about, okay, what isn't aligned? And it might be that indeed they're going to be highlighted for you, almost punctuated so that you can get them out, right? So that you can clean them up and align yourself. It is, unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunate. I shouldn't say that. It is what it is. And this is a time for you to, it's a deep time of teaching and learning, meaning your soul is teaching you things right now, and it hasn't been altogether easy. You know, Saturn's dipped back into Scorpio. That could be your 7th house. That's relationships. It's heavy duty stuff. It's been very heavy over the last many years, and Saturn is back in it. She is going forward now, though, I think. I think now Saturn is done with her retrograde path, and she's moving out back into Sagittarius, which is a good thing. So during the course of this particular time frame, Taurus, it is a time of learning your lessons, learning what you need to see. It's about discernment of the soul right now, okay? And you are going to be looking at what has left your life. Like, you're going to be in a space of determining what were the good times. You're going to be feeling you want fun. You want celebration, and you might be focusing on or feeling a lot has left. Like, what is left, you know? So just know that it is a lesson for you now. That is, in fact, it's definitively triggering this particular card, that theme, meaning that you're going to be thinking, I want fun, I want friends, I want celebration, I want real connection. And you're going to be thinking, why don't I have it? Or why isn't it here yet? Or why did it leave? And this time frame, this chapter is about you redirecting your attention inward to your own value, to your own worth, to you pulling that out. And this chapter is about, with the Saturn, because it's all coordinated, right? All of this is coordinated. All these energy sets are coordinated for your growth, for everybody's growth, for the growth of the individual and the growth of the whole. That's how life works. It's always a win-win, always. So just know that the lack of celebration that you might be feeling around people or relationships or friends or just fun, having fun, feeling good, you know, it is about you needing to go within, to look within, to love and honor and respect yourself at a new, deeper level. Just know that that's the bigger story there. Now, the beautiful thing about this particular cycle is that you are going to inherently be tapping into, reaccessing, remembering your own skills. And you're going to be remembering what's beautiful to you. What do you love? What brings you aesthetic pleasure? What brings you sensual pleasure? What is it? But the thing is, you're going to actually land in that space. So it's not just contemplation of what brings you, what is beautiful. I want to be around beauty. You're going to actually be able to tap into your skill set about what makes your life beautiful. So you're going to bring it forward. You are going to be in, or accessing a place, I should say, of self-mastery during this cycle. So even though there's going to be some stuff that's going to feel not good, and you're going to maybe have some highlighted areas of what's not right, and you might be feeling that some of the joy has left your life, you are going to be focused on health. Your mind is going to be thinking about what's healthy, what's aligned, what's the healthy system, what's the healthy life, what's the healthy psychic state I want to be in, the healthy way of thinking and feeling. And it is going to allow you to tap into your skill set, like your skills of interrelationship, your skills of creativity, your skills of all of your gifts. Because each one of you out there watching are filled to the brim with a unique recipe of gifts that are yours and yours alone. And you are going to, this lesson that's playing out is redirecting you away from relationships that are going away and for obligating you, forcing you to really look within at your own skills, at your own beauty. It's good. It's good. It can feel hard at the time, but if you can, while you're in it, if you can triangulate out of it, bring yourself out, make yourself see yourself from a more holistic perspective. And things really do mellow out at that point because you're able to see yourself from a very large perspective, which is your higher self. So let's take a look. Let's go ahead. This is the Doreen Virtue Ascended Masters deck. And let's see what Ascended Master wants to come up for you during this cycle. For Taurus. Mother, wife, sister, daughter. So Taurus, for you, there's a significant person in your life, a significant woman in your life that will be activated for you during this cycle, and it's a healing journey. So a woman didn't come up in these particular cards, but this is saying the Ascended Master is heal with, there's a particular woman or maybe women in general. It needs to be healed within you. And it could be, if you're a woman, this could very well be you. And it could be all of these roles that you play out in your own life. There is, in fact, deep, deep, deep radical healing of the feminine. The feminine is not just women, it's the feminine also within men. It's the feminine quality set, which is half of our whole, that is going through a great healing right now. It's very large, very significant. So this could be an individual, it could be you, it could be a woman in your life, or it could be the greater feminine that needs major healing. And chances are it's a little of both. Chances are it's not one or the other. Chances are that whatever healing you might have with, let's say, a mother or a sister or a friend is directly tied to your ideas about women in general, about the feminine in general. And until all of that gets really deeply seen, really deeply clarified, really deeply healed, you know, we're all going to continue to have problems with the embodiment of the feminine, women that come into our lives. So let's take a look at, this is Carolyn Miss's deck, and we're going to look at the quality set that is asking to be evolved within you this month during this cycle. So for Taurus. Wants to be involved. Messiah comes up. This has come up for some clients recently, so this is, I'm intrigued. Let me read it first. Serving humanity with humility is what wants to be evolved. So the lower frequency manifestation, Taurus, is exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed, and then evolving into serving humanity with humility. This is about self-love. This is about humility to the processes that are at hand. This is about letting go of control. See, when we want to heal our lives, or somebody within the family, or a friend that has a certain situation, or a bigger issue within the world, a lot of times we take it all on. Like we're somehow not enough if we don't completely correct the problem. But see, that's not how life works. That's not how it works. We need to do the best we can, but we need to allow others to have their processes and their growth journeys. We have to do that. We have to let go of control. And the reason why we have to do it is because we can't control everything. Life cannot be wholly controlled. It's about half surrender, which, by the way, is a feminine quality. So for you, this is about having humility, I would say, about the processes that are at play. Also within yourself. So the processes that are external to you, happening within your life experience, but also within yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself deeply. Great. So let's take a look, Taurus, at the Dakini that came up for you. And I have to tell you, you've received a beautiful Dakini. So when I ask, if you've tuned in before, you know, The Dakini Oracle, the 64 Dakini Oracle, which was developed by Penny Slinger, is what I use because I find that she's exceedingly tuned in. So she and I speak the same language. And she's taken essentially the 64 Yogini Dakinis in India, which, by the way, replicates the 64 I Ching, right? The hexagrams, 64 hexagrams. So we start with the hexagrams, we start with the I Ching with 64, and we end with the Dakinis with 64. Out of 64, what I ask Spirit for you, Taurus, is what Dakini embodiment, so which goddess is Taurus to embody to optimally flow with what is happening for them this month? You receive number 50, Lakshmi, beautiful Dakini. Lakshmi represents earthly preservation. She pours abundance from her two hands like two streams of water. In the Hindu pantheon of divine beings, Lakshmi is second in the trinity of goddesses, where Saraswati represents creation, Lakshmi represents preservation, which, by the way, is very Taurian, and Kali represents dissolution. Now, Lakshmi, the meanings, the divinatory meaning, Taurus, for you, hold on just one second. Lakshmi, so this is the embodiment. Keep in mind, this is like who you are to become this month if you want to be optimally, if you want to go with least effort through the processes that you might have to contend with this month. Lakshmi brings a blessing of abundance. So this is about being abundance, being of the mind of abundance. Lakshmi brings a blessing of abundance to your life, Taurus. You wish for something to continue to survive and thrive. Success is indicated in whichever area your question focuses. Now, for you, this could be for big life changes that are unfolding. Know that the natural balance of all things provides for all. Release feelings. Okay, so this is what I want you to hear. Release feelings of want and need. Feelings that there will not be enough to go around. So releasing lack. Because in life, see, the thing is, she is all about abundance. She's about preservation of the abundance that came with the goddess before her. So life is constantly an abundant flow. It just is. And even the death cycle is part of the abundant flow of life and living systems. So there is only abundance. There is no lack, right? Even though lack can show up, it's an abundance of not this. It's an abundance of this not happening. And there's always reasons for the lack or the thing not happening, because it's the abundance of space or the abundance of time that's needed for you to redirect to yourself. That's what I want you to hear. Just a little brief thing there. The natural intelligence of being. A sensual and or erotic experience. So this is about you tapping into your own sensual nature during the cycle as well. A lasting relationship. Love of luxury and or the finer things in life. So this is all the embodiments of Lakshmi. This is about abundance mind. You really tapping into that for yourself. The dawning of realization that our senses are extensions of our spirit. Gifts given to us to explore the miracle of being. Do not let them atrophy from underuse. So this is about, I want to pull this card up again for you as well, Taurus. It's about health of the system. And you know what? I want to pull this up as well, because you received health and beauty and Lakshmi. So this is about getting out of the focus on what's not right. It's about seeing it clearly and getting real with it, but it's not about focusing on it. It's about being aware of it and then redirecting to the health, to the beauty, to the skills, to the feminine. This is about you really getting the lesson, because really this is all about a lesson. It's going to be a beautiful month, Taurus. I mean, really understand that even when things are difficult, remember the times when you've had these things happen in the past and you've been able to look back on them and know that they were necessary, because you wouldn't have gotten to the place that you're at now without those having occurred. So I hope, Taurus, that gives you some good information for you to kind of take the reins on for this month during the cycle. I offer private sessions, so if you'd like to look into having a Skype session with me, the link is below. You can go to my services page. You can find a variety of things there that I offer: the archetypal profile, the symbolic profile, the relationship profile. And again, there's sessions that we can have as well. And there's a discount, a greatly discounted rate. So if you want to become a monthly patron, if you can afford to do it, I offer a very huge discount. So it's a standing monthly appointment for to become a monthly patron at a certain dollar amount. And again, the link is below. But with that, you also get a mid-month Alchemy Scope and access to Saturday live streams. So every week I'm doing these live streams. So it's actually a massive package for $55 a month. So if you're interested in that, the link is below. I send you so much support, infinite love, and until the next Alchemy Scope, or perhaps I'll see an email from you if you'd like a session to tap deeper into your particular thread, your particular unfolding during this juncture. Okay? Anyway, I wish you well, and I'll talk to you soon.